So it is another season ending on Splinterlands, and I'm tallying up all my transactions and things, and it's a little bit of a sad story. So if you look on this chart, you can see this is the daily earnings between card rentals and between free-to-play accounts, and the spikes are the season endings, and then the gray line is the annualized amount. So you can see that the annualized amount is dropping, which is not great. So, and that's entirely my fault because I haven't been managing anything. So even with the, kind of semi set it and forget it, you still got to stay on top of your stuff. And if we go down here, say that for the season, brought in 307 Steam, 34 SPDs, and 304,000 dark energy crystals, which mark to market was about $344, which is not too bad. It's actually higher than the previous season, so that's good. The on the asset values, no, wrong one. Here we go. So actually, no, I haven't updated this yet, so ignore all that. That is not accurate. But if we go back over here, we can see running total since I started keeping track back in June has been $1,700. That's not too bad. And I was taking a look at my peak monsters. You can see that I have 93 cards listed for rent, of which about half are rented, and that's terrible because I have way more cards than that, but I've just been slacking on the individual rentals. And part of the problem is that, so when the rentals first started, I just put everything up for rent, and a lot of them I put at very low ROIs because I just want to get them done. But now that we have Herons Unlimited, and basically any deck I create is going to make roughly 30% or so, then that is that's my best alternative. So it's not quite risk-free rate, but it's pretty close. So I'm only interested in renting individual cards that are going to rent for more than 3% a month. 2.8, something like that. And there's as the market is maturing, that is becoming scarcer. With that said, though, I've got huge amounts of slack where I am not optimized and not using my cards because I've got a whole bunch of cards here sitting here. And the good news though is that through no fault of my own, market prices are going up. And if you've seen Aggro the past couple of days, he's been touting the $3 million benchmark that's been hit in terms of total market value. Now they use the ask on that, so you can see like in my collection, the ask is 81.5 and the market price is 68.7. So if we take that same proportion and we take what was it, 68,738 divided by 81,539 times 3 million, so market value is probably closer to 2.5. Because I've got a pretty good cross section of cards here. So yeah, that's it's still cool. 2.5 million, 3 million, somewhere in there. That is amazing feat of the success that Splinterlands has had, and even through the relatively limited outreach that has been done. Because we started on Steam and reached out a little bit to Tron, but it's kind of been, and everything else has been very organic, word of mouth kind of thing. Videos like this, hopefully bring in some new players. So yeah, I am still highly bullish and optimistic on the Splinterlands ecosystem. And when we start getting mobile apps and start doing more outreach and things, then I think we will be to the moon. But for right now, renting decks, renting individual cards, still looking good, even though I haven't managed it as well as I could have.